Welcome back to Monster Rancher 2. In the last episode, Brandis tried his best but failed again at a tournament, so we are going to just bench him from tournaments, and we will deal with getting him trained. I posited in the last episode that Nagas just have garbage abilities. They're not very accurate, which means I'm going to have to spend all this time training his accuracy, so it is what it is. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that at all. Cold. I'm still embarrassed in the very first episode I mispronounced her name because it's Coltia, and I pronounced it Kalita. But I like Kalita. Kalita's a good name. I might name a monster Kalita one of these days. Well, actually, no, I won't, because you all have been providing me with a ton of names, which is fantastic. Maybe if I ever play the game on my own or make a character in The Sims again for some reason, I'll go for Kolita. It sounds like Lolita? Kolita? So, I don't know. That's probably weird. Anyway, so let's get you trained up. You're a foolery master, and you're inaccurate, and you have garbage numbers. Is there anything else I can do here, or is this just it? Intelligence, skill. Yeah, like meditate doesn't help me with him because I need speed. Yeah, so like it's been so long since I played Monster Rancher 2 that I'm used to the future training methods, like in Monster Rancher 4 and Evo, the way you could improve your farm and kind of push out those extra numbers. But I guess Monster Rancher 2 is different, so I'm having to deal with that. And that's fine. Just having to retrain myself. But it has been making me want to play all the other Monster Ranchers again. Every time I play Monster Rancher, it makes me want to play the other Monster Ranchers. Like, if I went totally bananas and allowed myself to go completely insane with the show, this entire channel would be nothing but Monster Rancher. But I'm one of those gamers who gets easily burned out by games, so I can never play the same game for too long. I always take breaks, no matter what the game is. And for games I love, I always go back to them. A good example is Football Manager, which I am addicted to. I have bought every version since 2011, but I started getting burned out about a year ago on Football Manager. So I haven't bought 2019's version yet, even though it's gone on sale a couple times, and I'm probably going to hold off a bit longer as well, because I haven't even played Football Manager since, June of last year? This is March, so it's been about 9 months. I have to look into my Steam records, but the point is, I'll go back to Football Manager eventually. And with Monster Rancher, it's the same way. I mean, we took a long break between Monster Rancher 4 and 3, and then another long break between 3 and Evo, but then a fairly short break between Evo and DS, and then a long break between DS and now Monster Rancher 2. So I know some YouTubers, I would almost say most YouTubers, have their signature game that they play the shit out of all the time, and you can usually count on seeing a new video about that particular game every few weeks or so. But I don't know, just for me, although I have my signature games, because people come to this channel for either Monster Rancher or Evil Genius, I have to intersperse it with other things, because my own sanity will go down if I don't do that. So it is what it is. Hopefully you all don't mind. I mentioned before when I've chatted about this that part of the reason I run the channel that way is because of channel manager Kalo. He used to be a fan of the Game Grumps back during the JonTron era, and he sort of fell out of the Game Grumps when many years ago the Game Grumps basically did 2 or 3 straight months of Sonic 06. And if you are not interested in Sonic 06, then I can see how that sort of turns you off from the channel. So that's why we try to alternate series around here. Every week is a different series, in theory. But sometimes, like right now, I'm so busy that I don't have time to alternate or keep multiple series in my head. Shoot, I'm already reducing how many episodes are in a recording session just to keep my sanity for and my energy due to having to work so much at the tax prep place. So, you know, it is what it is. I run my channel how I run my channel. For better or worse, it is, you know, I don't know. But you all enjoy this stuff, so I'm glad. We've also been internally discussing whether to do a third run of Evil Genius because it always puts butts in the seats as far as this channel is concerned. No one seems to care about our visual novels or certain other games I do, which makes me sad. No one has cared about Final Fantasy VI, the second run, which makes me sad. We are going to finish that one, by the way. I just need to get out of tax season and have the time and work with the Akamura for it. So we probably won't have any new episodes of that until late April or May, June maybe. Speaking of June, I'm going away on vacation probably in June. Not really by choice. My and I can say this because I know they don't watch, but my family is really bad about guilt tripping me. My extended family is always really bad about guilt tripping me about seeing family, and they never want to see me on my terms. They always want me to see them on their terms. So I have to go to Chicago to see my aunt and my grandmother, and that'll probably happen in late May or early June. Now, the good thing for me is they're paying for it, because God knows I can't pay for it. But I'll get to ride a train to Chicago, and that'll be fun. Which I just heard the tone in my voice. I actually did mean that literally. It will be fun because I've never ridden a train before that kind of distance. I haven't ridden a train in a modern setting for actual transportation purposes, possibly ever. So I'm, oh God, his stomach is so jiggly. It's like a dead or alive set of boobs. So that does sound interesting. I don't know what I'm going to do by that point because it's, 3 months in the future. I'm already at the end of my rope and not thinking clearly. So I don't know whether we'll have content that week or if I'm going to just take the week off or if the Akamura is going to do content or if we're going to have a guest doing content. I don't know what's going to happen during the channel that month, but who cares? We'll get there when we get there. But that is a tentative plan that I will be in Chicago. Hopefully I can catch a Cubs game while I'm there, although I probably can't afford that either. But, it's I don't know, it'll get me out of Xenia. That's probably for the best sometimes. I'll get to see my grandmother, and that might actually be possibly the last time I'll get to see her. So, I don't like being guilt-tripped, but I am looking forward to the trip. They have trouble respecting the fact that I'm very busy and that I'm also very scatterbrained. The reason it was able to work now was because so my grandmother was in the United States late last year, and I didn't realize she was actually here. But I was also busy studying for tax prep, and that's studying law is what I'm doing. I'm studying law while also doing stuff for the channel, and I couldn't get away. And they didn't respect that. They didn't want to come to me. I had to go to them. Then they guilt tripped the shit out of me about it, and I lost my temper, and it was, I don't know, it wasn't a good time. But I told him at the time, I'm like, look, you've got to tell me well in advance so I can plan around it. And if you tell me well in advance and I plan around it, not only is it going to help me keep my brain where it needs to be, I'll remember it and I'll be able to plan around it, and the planning will help me remember it too. So they told me like a week ago that my grandmother was coming back to the States. And so it's given me like 4 months, 3 or 4 months to plan. Okay, here's my timing. Here's when I'll be free. I can plan for the show. I can plan for IGN if I have an assignment from them. Like, I can plan all these things and I will be able to make it happen. And, you know, with having that much lead, I can even shoot a series for the show and then not even air it until then. And then you guys can hear some weird, like, time asynchronization where I'm talking from April but talking in June or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, that's going to happen this summer, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. It'll be warm, and Chicago tends to be a little bit of a cool city because of being right there on the Great Lakes. Although it can also be hot because it's basically a concrete jungle, and all that shit and heat gets reflected right back into your face. But you know, I'm very intrigued to go. The one who is not intrigued is the Akamura, because ever since we got together and started living together years ago, we have only ever been apart for 2 days. And that sounds exhausting, and sometimes it is exhausting. I'm not going to sit here and lie and be like, oh, I'm so glad I get to be around the Akamura 24/7. No, she drives me nuts sometimes. As anybody would drive anybody nuts. Uh-oh. +2. That's not good. That probably means Brandis is on his last, well, not legs, but slithery bits. Anyway, so the Akamura's freaking out because she does want to be around me a lot, but the problem is we definitely can't afford both of us to leave here for a week. So we're going to, at best, I'm going to leave for a week, and she's just going to have to deal with being here by herself. And she's not looking forward to that, because the last time I was apart, it was only 2 days, and she was freaking out because the apartment is so quiet without me here. So we're not sure exactly how she's going to handle it, but a vacation would be nice for me, because I haven't really taken a vacation in a long, long time. So, you know, everyone deserves a vacation or whatever. I hope I have something to show you guys from there, too. I'm not going to bore you with, like, a slideshow of my vacation to Chicago, but if something cool happens while I'm there, or if I get to go to a Cubs game or something, then I don't know, man. Maybe I'll shoot a video while I'm there. But this channel is a Let's Play channel, you know? It's not a lifestyle with Pyro channel. Because if it was a lifestyle with Pyro channel, it would just be a lot of eating Taco Bell and hating myself for eating Taco Bell. So, you know, that's all that I've got going on right now. And I have no interest in going to any place super exciting or whatever. But I would love to go to Chicago. I just had to have the time, and I guess my whole thing is I don't like being pressured into going anywhere or doing anything. Because I will do things on my own, and I think that's something, if you guys have a similar personality to me, you've probably dealt with that before, where you'll have parents or friends try to pressure you into going somewhere or doing something, and it's not that you don't want to, necessarily, it's that you hate the actual pressure behind it. I remember, like, the classic one is... Sorry, I just got a message on Discord. The classic one is something like, you know, if you're sad, and you just don't feel like being around people, you'll have very extroverted people who are like, no, you need to go to the club. That'll make you feel better about the breakup you're having or the stress you're having at school. You just need to get out and drink and meet a person and hook up and blah, blah, blah. It's like, that works for them, and it's usually coming from a good place, but it's not something that you necessarily want to hear or are in a position to hear it, based on your personality. So like for me, I don't like going to museums, I don't like exercising, I don't like going outside. But it's not that I'm afraid to go outside, it's not even that I've got any sort of, it's not that I've even got any sort of aversion to any of that stuff. It's just that, like, I don't want to be pushed into it. I'm not afraid to go outside. I'm not a shut-in. I don't consider myself a shut-in. It's just that this is where my games are, and I'm a gamer. So, you know, like, it takes no effort for someone to be like, hey, want to go bowling? I'll be like, fuck yeah, I want to go bowling. I would love to go bowling. It's just I don't have a car, so if you can give me a ride, then I'm there. Like, absolutely. If you can pick me up, I'm there. But I'm also more social. I'm a social person, so ironically. So it's not like I wouldn't want to go bowling just for me. Like, I would want to go with friends. You know, and I'm not a drinker, but I'll go to a bar occasionally and sip a beer while playing pool or something. That'd be cool. But I wouldn't go by myself. Like, I have no reason to. So, anyway, let's try the official B-class tournament, which is probably going to go very badly for us. We're going to do this in a couple episodes because I'm running up against about at the 16-minute mark. So we can do a couple battles, and then we'll have to call the episode. I don't mind it going long if we only have one battle to go, but this is going to be more than one battle. And I assume we are going to have some serious issues. Where's my other Tail Assault Pierce? I guess that's the one. That's my new ability. Yep. It's pretty accurate. Oh, come on! Oh, he had a chance there because he was Foolerade. You don't get that very often at the B class. There we go. For 19 guts, that is an awfully expensive move. It's accurate, but it didn't really hit all that hard. Ow. Ugh. But it is accurate, and right now that's what we need. Well, where's stab? Well, never mind. That's that. Oh, I don't think we've got the numbers for this. I wasn't even so sure about it when I entered the tournament in the first place. I may even tap out of it if it... Well, there's Laquille. We barely dealt with him, but he lost. We were okay against Duelist. We've done alright against Pirato. Robinal we're kind of 50-50 on. I don't think we've faced Sinjuris yet. Yeah, I don't think this was a good idea. Brandis is going to wind up being breeding stock more than anything else. For as much as I love... Nagas, they don't really seem to be all that great for my personal style of the way I play. You know, if you've watched my other Monster Rancher videos, Pixies seem to be up my alley. Pixies have done very well for us. We've, I think I finished Monster Ranchers 3 and 4 with Pixies. And not really intentionally, just once I started using them, I'm like, holy crap, this is exactly what I prefer for my fighting style. So, you could say I'm maining them, I guess. I don't know. Speaking of maining, I need to get Dead or Alive again. I've got, I'm actually competent at Dead or Alive 5. I'm not good. I am not good at it. I am competent at it. So, I, kind of want to get back to it. I want to give it another go. I got it on the Xbox 360, but I've got it on the PS4 as well, and it's so much better on the PS4. I just need to... I only have the free version on the PS4. I need to pay the upgrade fee and get the full version of it. Even though Dead or Alive 6 is out. But I don't like paying full price for a fighting game because I don't play them enough. They're like a racing game. I got, this is the dumbest word association commentary I've ever had, but I wound up getting F1 2019 when it came out last year. Was it 19? It came out at the same time as Spider-Man, but I can't remember if the F1 games are a year ahead. So, but anyway, the point is I got the latest one, and I enjoy it. It's fun, but I also don't play racing games very often. So it's like, as fun as it is, I've already kind of stopped playing it after 6 races, and I just don't really feel like going back. So, I don't know. It was kind of a waste of money, you know? there's a Kairosoft game that's now out on the Switch called Grand Prix Story. You run your little racing team, and it's only $12, and it's so much better for me than F1 because I'm not actually racing. It's management, which is more my thing, and it's cheaper, and I don't need hyper-realism in my racing games because I don't play them very often. So, you know, I don't know. I've also, speaking of racing games, you know what? I'll talk about that next time because we're almost out of time, and I get to rant about people I don't like in the next for that topic. So it is what it is. 2 wins, 1 loss, or 2 losses? What does the tournament board look like right now? 2 wins, 1 loss. Okay. Well, we've got 4 battles to go. We'll see how we do. Next up will be Robinall, so that's going to be a rematch for the ages. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow for another episode